making our list and checking it twice on race day. Sunday, December 7th, 1997. Well, good race day to you. I'm Rick Benjamin. 17 shopping days remaining until Christmas if you haven't checked your calendar yet. We begin in New York City, the Winston Cup Awards banquet at the Waldorf on Friday night. A huge night for the sport. Race Day's Bob Dillner tells us also a huge night for the now two-time Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon.
I've enjoyed it even more, the second time around than I did the first time.
Jeff Gordon is now savoring his 1997 Winston Cup crown after a busy week in New York, fighting back tears on Friday night. The youngest two-time Winston Cup champ dedicated his title to team owner and good friend Rick Hendrick. There were another 6 million reasons for Gordon to be happy, 6.5 to be exact. He is now the richest single-season champion in NASCAR history.
The money means a lot, and RJ Reynolds certainly puts up a lot of it, but I tell you what, there's nothing like being able to win a Winston Cup championship, being a part of NASCAR racing, and I'm just really proud to be able to represent the sport next year in their 50th anniversary as defending champion. And the most important part was win this championship for Rick Hendrick. I tell you what, he is the most incredible person I've ever met, and it was a real honor to be able to dedicate it to him tonight.
Although the banquet's head table is where Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin would have liked to be, the second and third place finishers in the 97 season didn't walk away empty-handed. Martin picked up the Bush Pole Award hardware, and DJ was named the NASCAR True Value Man of the Year for all of his work with charities.
If you can't win the championship, I think the next best thing is the True Value Man of the Year. And, we don't go doing things to get recognition for it, but it's certainly good to receive something like this and be able to help others. And that's what this sport has allowed us to do.
Everybody wants to be in Jeff Gordon and Ray Everham's shoes, I'm real proud of this race team and what they accomplished this year.
The incredible gala at the Waldorf Astoria had everyone smiling from ear to ear. Jeff Burton walked on stage for the first time as part of the Winston Cup Top 10. Japan winner Mike Skinner was officially crowned Rookie of the Year, and for the 12th time in 14 years, Bill Elliott was named NASCAR's most popular driver.
The fan support and the fan base that I've got has been fantastic. I mean, they have supported me through thick and thin, and I'll tell you what, they're the greatest people in the world.
It's always great to come to New York. It's a little tough to come up here and get fifth place money, but this is part of what makes you determined to come back and do better, and we just have to enjoy tonight and go from here and go testing and get ready for next year.
It's exciting when you're the champion. It's exciting if you're in the top 10, and they're, so here we are, and it wasn't as good as we'd like, but I'll tell you what, anytime that you get to go out on the stage and you're in the top 10, it's a good night for you.
The Winston Cup flag flying high over New York this week, but already the focus is switching to 1998 with testing at Daytona just a few weeks away. And it'll be a golden opportunity for Jeff Gordon, who will try to win his third championship in NASCAR's 50th anniversary season. In New York City, I'm Bob Dillner, reporting for Race Day.
Bob getting the trip to his hometown for the weekend. Here are some of the Winston Cup Point Fund bonuses paid out Friday night. Gordon wins $2.3 million, much more than the guaranteed amounts down through the top 5, as you see here, really all the way through the top 10. Gordon's big check pushing him over $6 million in earnings for 1997. Now, the big checks passed out in New York were not the only stories in NASCAR this past week. First, a medical update. NASCAR President Bill France Jr. released from a hospital in Japan. He returned to the U.S. at the start of the week. The 64-year-old had suffered a mild heart attack several days ago while in Japan for the Suzuka Thunder exhibition round. Doctors there performed an angioplasty. Mr. France expected to make a full recovery. He was able to attend the Winston Cup banquet and festivities this past weekend in New York. Steve Park last year was #1 among rookie drivers in NASCAR's Busch Series. In 1998, he'll be #1 on the track in Winston Cup, at least in terms of the number his car will carry. Dale Earnhardt dealing with Richard Jackson to get car #1 for the DEI Chevrolets, which will carry Pennzoil sponsorship this coming year. Jackson's cars have normally worn the 1, but in 1998, the Precision Products Pontiac will carry the 14, which was on the Park machine for Steve's limited Winston Cup run this past year. As part of the deal, Richard Jackson retains all the owner points, the plan benefits, and the provisional starts earned by the 1 car this past season. And there's more movement at Roush Racing. This time the 99 car, driven to 3 wins by Jeff Burton under the leadership of crew chief Buddy Parrott. Parrott takes over as general manager for Jack Roush over the 99 and the #6 Valvoline Ford of Mark Martin. Now, both teams are moving into one building up in Mooresville here in North Carolina. Replacing Parrott as head wrench on the 99 will be Frank Stoddard. He was co-crew chief this past year and also served as the front tire changer for Jeff Burton on the racetrack. More to come on race day. When we return, a couple of driver and owner marriages maybe made in motorsports heaven. One former Cup champion crew chief has a new home in the Busch Series, and a three-time Cup champion has a new driver. The story's coming up.
Race Day is brought to you by Mopar, Chrysler Corporation Parts, and the Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, and Eagle dealers who sell and install them.
We are back. Last week we told you about Cale Yarborough's new lineup for 1998. Veteran Greg Sachs will drive the car. Mike Hillman will be the crew chief. Race Day's Matt Yoakum talked to the three-time Winston Cup champion this week about the future of Cale Yarborough Motorsports.
During his stellar driving career, Cale Yarborough personified grit, guts, and determination. The three-time champion hung up his helmet in 1988 with 83 victories, but his ownership tenure has been clouded with bad luck, bent metal, and broken dreams. The ownership nightmare turned to sweet champagne in 97 as John Andretti won the Pepsi 400, finally giving Yarborough his first victory as owner.
When I decided to do this, I figured that I'd step right out of the driver role as a winning driver, go right into the car owner role as a winning car owner. But I found out right quick that it just doesn't happen that way.
The images of champagne and jubilation quickly faded at season's end as the team hit a major roadblock. Sponsor RCA pulled out, followed by John Andretti and crew chief Tony Furr, sending Yarborough back to square one.
It was a blow to me. I'll be honest with you. It was something that I didn't expect to happen. I spent a lot of sleepless nights worrying about it, you know, but here again, I didn't know what I was going to do, and of course, I couldn't stand in John's way, and to keep, John wanted to stay. He wanted to stay off of bad, because we thought we had a good situation, and I got along well with John. He did a great job for me, and but you know, after a while, I said, well, this is the way it's going to be, so I got to get on down the road. I got to find some replacements and hopefully find a new sponsor that I can stay in business, and thank goodness that's happened.
Yarborough's climb back to the top will rest with journeyman driver Greg Sachs and crew chief Mike Hillman. Both worked together briefly in '97 at Team Sabco and feel the chemistry is right to put Sachs back into victory lane.
Greg's, he's a stand-on-the-gas type guy. I'll tell you, he'll push the button, and I just hope that we can put him in the kind of equipment that he can do that with, and stay out of trouble and win some races, and I feel real good about it.
This is a solid operation. You know, Cale's here to stay, and you know, I've got my old buddy Mike Hillman with me. You know, I couldn't be happier than that. Things look great.
I'm really looking forward to the whole operation. You know, the motor program is awesome here. They got really great super speedway cars, and you know, that's one of Greg's really strong points. You know, I've been going through the employee list and talking to everybody, and everybody's really pumped up. We're working hard on the new Tauruses, and hopefully we can come out of the box and really look good.
The final piece of the puzzle, a major sponsor, will be announced on Wednesday, giving Yarborough a complete package to keep his team climbing up NASCAR's ladder of success. Reporting for Race Day, I'm Matt Yoakum.
All right, thank you, Matt. Now here's a look at Greg Sachs' driving record. 251 career Cup starts, couple of poles, and that one win, the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, back in the 1980s. Sachs did set the track record at the new California Speedway in second-round qualifying this past June. And many New Englanders recall Greg's great record, many wins in the modifieds back in the 1980s. He will be fast next year. Now, our Mopar Performance Update, one of the most surprising stories of the past Winston Cup season. Terry Labonte's crew chief, Gary Dehart, who guided the Texan to the 96 title, leaving the team after a reported altercation with a crew member up at Martinsville. But now, a new chapter for this champion maker's career. Dehart joining a young Busch Grand National team. He's hoping to take 20-year-old Lyndon Amick to the top.
He listens real well, and I watched him a little bit last year. I've known him for a couple of years now. You know, when he went up to the Dash Series and stuff, I've kind of helped him out a little bit and let him test with us and stuff like that. But, you know, he listens well, and if he wants to stay focused and wants to learn how to drive a car, I think we can get him there.
Gary Dehart is a realist with championships on his resume. Now, after a difficult fall departure from Hendrick Motorsports, he's turning a new page, looking forward to developing Lyndon Amick's driving career.
I've done it long enough. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I'm looking at racing again to have fun and try to do something to achieve something. If we can make Lyndon a championship-type driver, that's what we're here for.
Amick is just 20. He was the Goodies Dash Series champion in 1996, winning at Daytona along the way. Last year, his rookie season in Busch Grand National, Amick ran 15 races with the 15th at Indy, his best finish. He's thrilled to have a coach like Dehart.
it means almost everything to the team, you know, to bring that experience in. That's what, you know, makes it, in this, everybody's got a lot of money, everybody's got good cars, but the people that work on the cars what makes a difference. And to have Gary to teach my guys in the shop is just going to be tremendous, and to be able to teach me too. I know the cars are going to be great, and I just can't wait to get in them and drive them anytime. And whatever he tells me, I'm going to believe, you know, because he's been there and done that enough. So if he tells me, one time when we were talking in the shop, he said, well, I'm not going to tell you to drive it till the ambulance light comes on. So, but if he tells me to do it, I'll do it.
The Busch Series is full of shorter races. It'll be a new experience for Dehart.
The races are different, and you got to think quicker. You got to know what your strategy is going to be. You got to have your strategy up front. You got to wear it on your sleeve, and it's going to happen that quick.
But there is plenty of optimism.
We're all in it together. We're going to win some races.
Gary Dehart, a winner almost from the start. His drivers in the top 10 in nearly half of the starts at Winston Cup. They're building new speedway cars right now at Team Amick, Ronnie Hopkins chassis. They'll go to the wind tunnel this month and test at Talladega, preparing for Daytona in February. More to come on Race Day when we continue the turn of a new page in motorsports coming on TNN in the year ahead. And back to the Big Apple, where Jeff Gordon put quite an exclamation point on his title season when Race Day returns. Welcome back. So, Jeff Gordon has cashed another big check from RJR for winning his second Winston Cup. This week, just before the Friday night festivities, I had a chance to talk to Jeff about his miraculous season and his view for the future. I asked Gordon about the brief offseason and whether he'd started planning for 1998. Jeff says he's actually enjoying some downtime now.
Well, because of the surgery to remove the polyp in my vocal cords, I've certainly been off for a little while, so I've been able to really enjoy this championship even more than usual. I think, you know, if I hadn't had the surgery, you know, life wouldn't have stopped. It wouldn't have slowed down. It would have been hectic, as hectic as ever. So I've certainly been able to just relax and sit at home for a while and really think about the whole season.
Gordon acknowledges there were few sour notes in his 1997.
You know, I don't think I had any disappointments. I mean, sure, I would like to have run a little bit better at Atlanta and, you know, gone out by being competitive. You know, I really would have liked to have, you know, won the Brickyard this year, but I've won it before, and I'm not asking for too much.
I asked Jeff about the differences between this championship and his first 2 years ago.
I think I'm just a little bit more experienced, a little bit more relaxed, and I think because of that, I've been able to get a little bit more prepared this time. And, you know, when you're more relaxed, you tend to enjoy things a little more. Things seem to sink in a little bit more to you. I think in '95 I was just so overwhelmed that, you know, I didn't expect to win the championship that year. And this year, you know, we worked hard and feel like, you know, this was a year to win a championship for Rick Hendrick. You know, it meant so much to me and this team to be able to give that back to him for all that he gives to us.
Jeff Gordon is now the sport's youngest two-time champion, which leads to the inevitable question: did he match Earnhardt and maybe the King?
I really don't even think that far ahead. Right now, you know, I'm enjoying winning the second championship, and my next goal, and not even right now, I'm not even thinking about '98 right now, but I can tell you that starting January 1st, you know, then we'll start thinking about trying to win our third championship. And if we ever win our third championship, then, you know, we think about the fourth one. And, you know, I don't think that Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt and those guys, you know, said, hey, I think my goal is to win 7 championships. I think, you know, they went along and, you know, had success, won championships, and kept working at it to try to get to that. And then I think when you get maybe 5 championships under your belt, then maybe you can start saying, okay, I want 7 or 8. But, you know, right now, I'm really happy with 2 and enjoying this second one even more than the first one. And then come January, start thinking about that third one.
He definitely does have plans for the future. Changing gears now to open wheels. For years, TNN Motorsports has brought you the best in NASCAR, NHRA, the ASA, the World of Outlaws. Well, next season, the Indy Racing League joins our lineup. The IRL announcing this week that all 11 of its 1998 events will be broadcast live. 4 of them live right here on TNN. All 4 of the Saturday night IRL events will air right here at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. It starts with June 6th at Texas Motor Speedway. Then in July, the second annual Vision Air 500 from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The first ever night race at Atlanta, August 29th. And we will also have live coverage of the season finale, the IRL at Las Vegas, next October the 10th. Now, it appears when the green flag does fall on the IRL season in January at Disney World, the league will have a title sponsor for the first time. Reports are that Reebok will back the series, although there are other reports that say there is more than one potential sponsor in the mix. League officials do tell us they hope a major title sponsor announcement will come very shortly and that it will make it easier for teams to attract their own financial backing. More to come on Race Day. As we take a break, a reminder to check out our website, www.country.com. All your motorsports information is there. This week, a review of the seasons in Winston Cup, Busch, and the Craftsman trucks, and a look ahead to 1998. My weekly Race Day commentary, too, and you can cast your vote for Racer of the Year at www.country.com.
Race Day, brought to you by Glaval Luxury Vans and Trucks, the choice of top NASCAR tracks, teams, and drivers, and the official van conversion company of NASCAR. Call for a dealer near you. By Featherlight Trailers, the official trailer of NASCAR, IndyCar, IRL, and major sponsor of the NHRA. Remember to call Featherlight for all your trailer needs at 1-800-800-1230 or 319-547-6000. Race fans, kick off the 1997 NASCAR season with this exclusive offer, an authentic TNN Motorsports NASCAR Thunder mini helmet made by Simpson Race Products. Call today or visit your local NASCAR Thunder store to purchase this one-of-a-kind limited edition collectible. Call 1-800-338-6016. Subscribe to Stock Car Racing Magazine at the low introductory price of $14.97. Call toll-free 1-888-9-STOCK-CAR. Save 68%. Toll-free 1-888-9-STOCK-CAR.
It is definitely that time of the year, everyone getting ready for the holidays. Time to head out and fill your Christmas shopping list. Now, I know there must be several racing fans in your family, and as is our tradition here on Race Day, we wanted to show you some of the best options for holiday gift giving this year.
The number of choices this year is staggering for the race fan on your gift list. One place to start shopping, NASCAR Thunder, now with several locations open across the country. From die-cast cars to shirts, jackets, and plenty more, a trip to the mall at NASCAR Thunder, always a great idea at the holidays. Now, if you're in the Southeast or in other parts of the country, you might want to visit another retail location, Simpson World. They have stores in California, Indianapolis, and in Mooresville, North Carolina, right down the street from several Winston Cup shops. Besides the usual fan gear, Simpson specializes in hardcore safety equipment. So if you have a driver on your holiday list, a new helmet, uniform, gloves, or shoes might be in order. Simpson World also stocks unusual gift items like computer accessories.
We have the mouse pads, and then we have the mouse cars. And we also have some ceiling lights that we are selling. And a little bit of everything. Championship apparel, hats, all kinds of little things.
You know, a necktie is always a great gift idea at the holidays. These commemorate the first race at Texas this past year. They're from Old Cabot Village. I wear some of their ties on the show occasionally. Now, you can always find a great gift idea on the phone by calling Dick Wallen Productions out in Glendale, Arizona. Wallen has the definitive library of film from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and more. His new release for Christmas, Roar from the 60s on video, or in this beautiful leather-bound volume, featuring shots of Foyt, Andretti, and your other heroes from the 60s. And if the race fan on your list is of a more high-tech nature, plenty of great computer software is available from Papyrus at computer stores everywhere. Their latest release is NASCAR Busch Grand National Racing and Soda Off-Road Racing to go with NASCAR Racing 2 and Kart Racing, a couple of very popular computer games. Don't forget TNN's Hardcore 4x4 game either. It's for Sony PlayStation and more, all with plenty of fun value for the race fan on your list this year.
A couple of phone numbers for you. Simpson World here in North Carolina, 704-662-3366. Or give our friends at Dick Wallen Productions a call for those videos and Roar from the 60s volumes, 1-800-992-8433. Check your yellow pages for the nearest NASCAR Thunder store and for the computer software store nearest you. There is more to come. First, though, a look ahead at what's coming up on the PM edition of Race Day tonight. We'll have more on the Winston Cup banquet in New York. We'll take you through Jeff Gordon's week, and we'll show you how some of the other Winston Cup stars enjoyed their trip to Gotham. Plus, a look at the current state of the business of motorsports. Some of the experts anticipating the next phase of racing's growth. That and more tonight. We've got more ahead here in a few moments. Only a couple of days to go to get your votes in for our Racer of the Year award in 1997. It's the only award in racing voted on by you, the fan. The nominees are 13 drivers, champions of 14 different racing series. Here's the list of nominees. Kevin Sawinski, who won the ASA title, John Force, Gordon, Tommy Kendall, Randy LaJoie, Gary Scelzi, and Jack Sprague. And more nominees. Mike Stefanik with 2 titles. Tony Stewart again, Sammy Swindell, Jacques Villeneuve, Jim Yates, and Alex Zanardi, his first kart championship. You can vote through December 10th, which is Wednesday. 2 ways to vote. Send us a postcard only, please, to Racer of the Year, care of World Sports, 6025 Victory Lane, Harrisburg, North Carolina, 28075. And this year, vote online at our website, www.country.com. we announce the winner of our Racer of the Year, Sunday, January the 4th, our special Champions edition of Race Day. Well, that's all the time we have on this Sunday. Thanks for being with us. We're back tonight at 10 Eastern. Highlights from Winter Heat, more from New York. See you tonight.